Hello everyone, my name is Pastor Brad Cawley and I'm the Health Ministries Director for the Carolina Conference of Seventh-day Adventists. Seventh-day Adventists highly emphasize health and they want to encourage their communities to also be as healthy as can be. So today's episode, number 1, is going to be how to lose unwanted weight. So if you have some weight that you want to get off, then this is the episode for you. So we have 8 points for us today. And point number 1 is find an accountability friend. This is somebody who's going to be encouraging to you, not discouraging, for all the health goals that you want to reach. So find someone that's going to be able to check with you on a weekly basis or a daily basis, depending on what's good for you, and just say, hey, how's it going with your health goal here that you have? Point number 2, 1 pound of fat equals 3,500 calories. That sounds like a lot, but over time you can reduce that fat simply by taking in less calories and increasing the exercise amount, the activity level. We'll come to that in just a moment. So keep in mind, 1 pound of fat equals 3,500 calories. So it's really a numbers game, even though it's more of a willpower thing. Point number 3, if you want to lose weight, one of the very important things to do is to eat less at night before going to bed. So as the saying goes, when you're starting off in the morning for breakfast, you want to eat like a king or queen. And then when it comes for lunchtime, you want to eat like a prince or princess, a little bit less. And then when it comes to the nighttime before going to bed, you don't want to eat too late and you want to eat like a pauper, a poor person. So eat the least amount before you go to bed and have a few hours in between. So really just before you go to sleep, you want to be feeling that hunger feeling and then you'll be falling asleep. Good timing. Now these 8 points are not in sequential order of importance. So point number 4 is if you want to lose weight, one of the very important things to do is to ask God for His help. Of course, that may go without saying for some of us, but God is actually wanting to help us in all of our goals, so we can ask Him for His help, and He's so ready and willing to help us. So what can we do to ask God for help? Obviously, we can go to God in prayer, whether that's praying throughout the day, when you're ready to take a snack or feel like you want a snack and ask God for strength, or when you're sitting down at the meals, ask God for His strength not to eat too much. So whatever it is, go to God in prayer. Also, have inspirational scriptures that will lift you up and other inspirational readings or quotes that will help lift you up. And then also, don't forget about music. Music is very important to lift us up, make us feel encouraged, not discouraged. So going to God for help is a very important point. Point number 5 is to change how we eat. So it's not as much eating bad foods versus good foods, it's eating the foods that are actually going to be healthy for you and that will help you lose weight. As an example, we don't want to eat refined foods. Refined foods, that means foods that have been going through some processing. We don't want that. So we want to focus on foods that are unrefined. We want to focus on food as grown from the ground, and we really can identify it just like we went to a farmer's market, just with maybe a little bit of salt and cook here and there. But foods that we can't identify as coming from the ground, that means we should stay away from that. That's not good for us, not only for our well-being, but also in losing weight. So let's focus on foods that are from the ground and we can identify. So that means, for instance, apple juice. 1 cup of apple juice, 8 ounces, is the sugar content of 8 apples. 8 apples in one small amount, 8-ounce glass. That's very bad for your teeth and very bad if you're trying to lose weight. It's better to eat the apples rather than to eat it in the juice form like that with all the sugar content. Also, sugary drinks such as sodas. Hey, 1 cup of grape soda can have as much as 60 plus grams of added sugar. Really bad. But if you want to lose weight, one simple thing to do is to just cut out the sodas if you're used to drinking sodas. Now, there have been friends of mine that have made that simple choice, that one choice to stop drinking sodas, and within 6 months they've lost an equivalent of 30 to 40 pounds. It's amazing what that can do, that one decision. So there's something very amazing about going to the grocery store when you go shopping to make sure you pick those unrefined foods, get the whole foods, and spend less time in the aisles. When I got married, my new bride, for the very first time, when I went to the grocery store, and we divided up the list. We had a list like this. I said, okay, honey, let me take these items. I start in the back of the store, and then I'll meet you somewhere in the middle. She says, okay. And so what I did, I started in the back. I got some things like milk and bread and a couple other items. And then I started making my way back, aisle by aisle, looking for my dear wife. And then I could not find her. I went all the way to the first aisle. There she wasn't there. Where do I look for her? I mean, I went all the aisles. Maybe I was thinking that we were passing at the same time and we missed each other. So I tried again. Aisle 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and all the way to 10. And I'm holding all these groceries I'm ready to unload in the basket. And so I come back down again one last time. And I said, okay, let me go to the very front of the store and the produce section. There she was. So she spent most of her time in the produce section getting food as grown from the ground for our consumption, which was a new thing for me. And so I learned something that first day going shopping with my dear wife. Point number 6, increase the activity or the exercise much more. This could be the amount of steps you take in one day. This could be in the amount of minutes that you walk or jog or do other activities, playing basketball, whatever you love to do. Pick something that you really like to do, that way you'll have motivation to keep doing it. And if you're not used to doing much exercise, as far as planned, sustainable exercise, say over a period of certain minutes without stopping, then start small. Go 5 to 10 minutes for the first week. And then after the first week, you're going to build your endurance, and then you increase it from maybe 10 to 15, and then 15 to 20. You get the point. So for those of you who are used to exercising, whatever you're doing, you want to add a little bit more activity in order to lose weight. Now this one goes without saying, almost don't need to say it, but here goes anyway. You want to check your progress on a regular basis. So for some of you like to do that in the morning, but you want to pick the same time every day to check the waistline and hop on the scales. Now what's more important is the waistline. If you're trying to reduce your waistline, then you want to go ahead and measure at the same time every day, at the same point in your schedule, because if you go on the scales, that's going to fluctuate. If you're doing more exercise, you may be gaining more weight and muscle. Okay, that's a good thing. But if you're trying to decrease your waistline, then you want to measure yourself on a daily basis or regular basis, and then that's a more accurate way to measure your progress. Point number 8, and this is a very good one to keep in mind, and that is to select a food that you want to get rid of or severely reduce in your diet. As an example, for me, I love peanut butter. I mean, who doesn't like peanut butter, right? Well, for me, I was really loving it. I put it on little granola bars for lunch and supper. I mean, I would be having it like 14 times a week almost, at least 10 times. And so I asked my accountability partners to check in with me on that to see how I'm doing, to just limit to one meal a week. So only one time a week I did that. And then after a week and a half, guess what I noticed? I noticed my waistline decreased by 3/4 of an inch because I was having all that fat there every time I had peanut butter. Now for you, it may be potato chips, it may be sugary drinks, it may be other things like how many times you're going to have desserts per week or maybe even per day. For instance, if you're used to having dessert twice a day, you may want to say, okay, I'm going to reduce it to once a day. So be realistic here. Don't try to do too much all at once. So be realistic and severely reduce your bad food. Now it could be something as simple as salad dressing, to not put salad dressing and to replace it with squeezing some lemon juice or lime juice, and that's a very healthy way, alternative to reduce the calories that way as well. Now to wrap up, let's review. Point number 1, get an accountability friend, somebody that's going to encourage you on a regular basis. Point number 2, 1 pound of fat equals 3,500 calories. Okay, keep that in mind. Point number 3, eat less at night. Eat like the pauper at night before you go to bed. Point number 4, ask God for His help through Bible study or reading uplifting scriptures, promises, asking God for help in prayer, and also listening to uplifting music. Point number 5, change how you eat. Eat food that's grown and not so much eating food that's all processed. Point number 6, exercise or increase your activity much more. Beware of the added sugar in this area. And point number 7, check your progress by measuring your waist not just on the scale. And point number 8, don't forget this one. Selected food items to severely reduce or to cut out altogether. Hey, I hope you've had a great time here with us. I certainly enjoyed our time. Please give a like. If you like this video, I'm going to make more episodes for you. And for others out there, good luck and God bless.